Ecuador stunned Germany to enter the World Cup knockouts today. If you guys got a chance to see that game today, Ecuador came to play because they're playing like they had fire under their feet. That's the Ecuador we know, kind of similar to a African style, a West African style of play. Whereas if they have to do something and they put their minds together to achieve something, they can do it if they can just play the style that they know how to play and not really let the opposition feel too comfortable. And that's what I saw Ecuador. Finally, they brought that style today. So whoever wants to tackle this game, if they watched, I did watch. Go ahead.
Go ahead, George. Talk to me, man. I like to get a little insight before I say what I'm about to say right now here about my Chelsea boy. Just giving you guys a heads
Okay.
up.
So this is the I wasn't surprised that they beat Germany. Why was I not surprised? Ecuador finished the qualification to the World Cup second in South America. And they considered, if I'm not mistaken, they considered the least amount of goals
Yeah,
in the
that's correct.
qualification.
Yep.
What happened when they came to the World Cup the last two games? They had the second most shot, if not the most shot, in the two games that they played. But they couldn't score goals. Defensively, they were good. But offensively, they couldn't find the back of the net. And at some point, the soccer gods are going to open the door for you. So
Keep
the
knocking.
German game was where they opened the door. So I wasn't surprised they came back 2-1 against Germany because they've gone through the South American qualifiers and they made it all the way to the World Cup as a second place team. So if you watch a lot of South American games, you see they play a different kind of soccer over there. They could stop the game and box if they had to, and they keep going. So I wasn't surprised they won the game today. I thought they put in past the maximum effort because they needed to qualify. You cannot come to a tournament where 8 third place teams are qualifying and a South American team that finished second is going home.
No way. Yeah.
No way. So they had to do everything that they had to do to qualify. So I give them credit for not looking at Germany as the super team, but putting their foot on the pedal and saying, hey, we can win this game and going for it.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree, but I gotta add a couple things also.
Yeah.
That game in New Jersey, that was a home game for them.
Yeah.
That was a home game, number one. Number two, Germany had nothing to play for. As we saw,
That is true.
even after they lost the game, they still won the group.
Mm-hmm.
So if Germany has something to play for, then I'll give them more credit for winning this game. So they played with a sense of desperation. You lose, you
Yeah.
going home, so they had to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see them the next round when they're playing against a team that wants to win that game too, and how they perform. But like you said, of course they're a good team. If you qualify to the World Cup playing in the South American qualification group, you gotta be a good team.
Yeah.
You gotta be a good team. So I give them credit, but I don't wanna overreact
Overreact?
because Germany, I don't think Germany, yes, they played hard, but like I said, they had nothing to play for, really. It didn't change anything. They still won the division. I'm sure they wanted to win, but I think in the real game where Germany needed the point to make it to the next round, I think it would be a different outcome.
I agree with most of what you say. George, I agree with everything that you said, right? But I get you said that Germany got nothing to play for, but they really do got something to play for because the German against Ivory Coast is the same thing we saw in this game. Ivory Coast could have won that game. Germany scored first today. That wake Ecuador up that, hey, we need to do something here. Yes, they're playing because this is do or die, and they played the best game. But also, Ecuador been playing like this throughout the whole tournament. They just, like Joe said, man, the soccer got just opened because they can't score. The finishing part was the only thing that's missing. And today, they scored 2 goals. But against Ivory Coast, that was a great game. If that would have been 1-1, it would have been a fair point for both teams. But of course, when you let that back door open like that, and then you got African players with that speed, Ivory Coast capitalized on that and they score. But that was also a great game. The second game, they also play hard. The door just wasn't opening up at the strikers because they ain't got the killer finishers like that. But they could play. They know how to defend the midfield.